What is up, Illumineers? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nassif, and today I'm going to be bringing you a red-yellow location deck that I don't think enough people are messing around with, because I've had a lot of success with this deck against all sorts of meta decks, and I think it is a lot stronger than people give it credit for. So yeah, let's talk about why I think this deck is so good. To start, we're going to go over the locations because they are kind of central to the deck's entire strategy. First off, pretty simple. We have Neverland. Neverland's just a 1/4. Nothing crazy. Gives you a lore every turn. This is by far the weakest location we play, but it's in there for a couple reasons. One of which is that having a location on turn 1 is actually one of our best plays, and we don't really want to play our other locations because it gives away our strategy. So yeah, Neverland, pretty straightforward. It does what it does. Not much more to say about that. Now, this location, I'm gonna pair with the following location. We have the Sugar Rush Speedway, the starting line, and the finish line. So these cards are absurd. These cards are borderline broken, but the fact that it's a 2-card combo in a game that isn't very consistent to begin with, I think makes it okay. But yeah, we have the starting line, which is a 1-cost uninkable. It's 0 to move there, so you move there for free. 5 willpower, so it's kind of sticky. It's not dying to a single fox, which is nice. And once per turn, you may exert chosen character here and deal 1 damage to them to move to another location for free. So the location we're always going to be moving to is the Sugar Rush Speedway. It has a move cost of 6. I have never actually paid this move cost in all my time playing the deck. 7 willpower, but that also isn't super relevant. It is cool because if they don't have a board built, you can kind of squeeze this in and have it established going into your next turn. But let's talk about why this card is so good. When you move a character here from another location, you may banish this location to gain 3 lore and draw 3 cards. So the fact that you're gaining lore and drawing cards at the same time is what makes this combo really, really nice. And it's kind of uninteractable because if you have the combo in your hand, it's just a 3-ink play. All you have to do is have a character that survived a turn, which makes playing against this deck for other decks kind of frustrating because characters that wouldn't be a threat otherwise are now sitting there and looking at you like, hey, you better deal with me or I'm gonna draw 3 cards and gain 3 lore. So yeah, I really do like this combo, and most of the deck is constructed around just enabling this Speedway combo. So yeah, that's our locations. It's only 12 locations. I know it's like a location focused deck, but we only really need these to play the game, and the Neverland is an added bonus because it synergizes well with some of our other inclusions in the deck. Moving on, let's start talking about our characters. So, first and foremost, my least favorite card in the game. I don't like her, but I had to include her because she's so good. 1-drop Cinderella. Cinderella, I mean, we're not playing steals, so she's not as obnoxious, but this card being able to sing a 3-cost or less song as early as turn 2 is really powerful. That's pretty much all there is to it. This is annoying when you're going second and you sit across from a yellow deck or an amber deck that plays a Cinderella. You know your turn 1 play is probably getting invalidated. Next up for our 1-costs, we have Nala. Nala is a big 0/4 body. Spoiler alert, we are playing Rapunzel, so she synergizes well with Rapunzel. She also synergizes well with the Speedway. Against steel decks, the 4 willpower is going to be very hard for them to punch through. And that is a body that kind of guarantees that you're going to do the combo, move her to the Speedway, to the starting line, exert her, move her to the finish line. So yeah, Nala is pretty good. Probably our weakest card in the deck all things considered, but she does her job. She's there for what she needs to do. Next up, the best one drop in the game. Shout out my boy Monty. We got Daisy Duck, Donald's date. Giving your opponent characters obviously isn't ideal, but when you're moving as fast as you can with this deck, it's not that much of an issue. Not to mention, she's also another one cost with 4 willpower that we might not even quest with. We might just use her for the Speedway combo, and she's getting us 3 lore instead of 2. And giving us 3 cards instead of giving our opponent 1. So yeah, that's our 1 costs. We are on the 12 1 cost. I think 12 is like a good amount of 1 cost to be running if you want to be able to play on curve and pivot between aggro and control. Yeah, I've had, I don't feel like I would change any of these. These have been very solid for me. Next up, let's talk about our 2 costs. We got Fix It Felix Jr. Now, I mentioned Neverland on turn 1 being a good play. The reason for that is Felix, when he's played, draws a card if you have a location in play. So going turn 1 Neverland into turn 2 Felix ensures that we're drawing the cards we need to see our combo if we weren't able to mulligan into it or alter our hand into it. Next up, for 2 costs, we have Ursula Vanessa, a 2-cost Singer 4. The biggest song in our deck only costs 3. So the Singer 4 isn't super relevant, but she's another 4 willpower body that we can play for cheap. That's going to guarantee that we pull off our Speedway combo. Another 4 willpower body, moving on to our 3-cost slot, is Dolores Madrigal. Similar to Felix, she's going to draw us a card, and we can enable this card through the Speedway combo. So we're always going to be putting damage on our own characters. So, oh, sorry, not Dolores, Julieta. So Julieta is always going to have something to heal up. So that's real nice. Next up, probably the best 3-cost card Red has access to. We have Sisu. I mean, Brawl's probably better, but best 3-cost character in Red. Sisu is our answer to the Robin Hoods of the world, the high willpower threats where we wouldn't be able to hit them otherwise. Because if you notice, every card I've shown you up until now has 1 strength or less. So Sisu's our way to kind of put some strength on the board and threaten maybe other locations, threaten other decks. It's our best 3-cost card going second to kind of answer some board. Next up, we have the heart and soul of the deck, Minnie Mouse Pirate Lookout. So this is a 3-cost character. She says once during your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may return a location card from your discard to your hand. So because of Minnie, we're able to play the deck in a consistent manner. We're never running out of finish lines. We're never running out of starting lines because Minnie is effectively 4 more copies of those cards. We're not forced to draw into multiple copies of the Speedways because we can have Minnie on the field and she's going to recur those from our discard pile. You can also set up some crazy board states. If they can't answer 1 Minnie, you put down a 2nd Minnie, ink a card. Now you're getting both of the locations back and your combo is just popping off. Yeah, Minnie's really, really good. I'm glad we got the league promo of her because the foil treatment looks real nice. I did mention we are on Rapunzel. 4 Rapunzels. Best way to draw cards in Amber. Between Rapunzel, Julieta, Felix, and the Speedway itself, you never will run out of cards in this deck. It has a consistent enough amount of draw power to keep up with most decks in the game. Our last character is Super Goof. So to keep with the theme of like burning for lore and being able to just spit out insane amounts of numbers in a turn, Goofy is very often the win condition of the deck. Once other decks stabilize, it won't be super difficult for them to answer the characters you play every turn. Like if you're playing against Ruby Sapphire, they're just going to wipe your board every turn and do their thing. So the way to win the game once you're at around 16 lore is double super goof. Double super goof is just uninteractable and a phenomenal way to close out games. I've beat very good players on very good decks using this card to seal the game because it's almost impossible to play around. Yeah, that's our character lineup. It's pretty straightforward. It is very much catered towards consistency and enabling the Sugar Rush Speedway combo. The last cards in the deck are 2 songs. We have 4 copies of Teeth and Ambitions. Now, we are in Ruby Amber. We don't have a lot of great ways to answer the Diablo. So even though this is a song that Ursula can take from us, we still need to have answers to cards we wouldn't be able to touch otherwise, like Diablo. So Teeth and Ambitions is really good for that. Teeth is also really nice with Rapunzel. Let's say one of our 4 health characters was used for the Speedway combo, survived the turn, and they pass back to us, and we have like a Cindy. We can, or even the character itself, we can go Sisu, sing Teeth on itself. Now it's at 3 damage. You deal with something on their board, and now we're Rapunzeling, drawing 3 cards and presenting 4 lore of pressure on the board. I really like Teeth. I feel like this is the deck it has felt the best in for me, so I definitely recommend giving it a try. Don't sleep on the card just because it might be bad sometimes. And last but not least, we have the Islands I pulled from the sea. So Islands is really what made the deck playable. Islands a mini. I think if we just got the Speedways, it wouldn't be enough to work. It wouldn't be consistent enough to be viable competitively. But with this card, you can just sing it with Cinderella on turn 2, and it says search your deck for a location card, reveal it to all players, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. So you're just grabbing any location from your deck. So most often you're going to go grab one of the Speedways. But let's say your board is already double Minnie Mouse, you're getting your Speedways back, and you're just like, oh, I wish this Islands was an inkable card. You can use Cindy to sing Islands, grab a Neverland, and now you have ink. Or if they're going to B-prep you and you want a Neverland down so that you can gain lore going into your next turn and maybe set up some other stuff. It's a very versatile deck. It's a deck that offers a lot in terms of skill expression while still also being very fun to pilot and kind of high rolly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I hope you guys find success with this deck. Good luck in set champs. I will see you next time. Later.